Hey guys, it's Naomi, welcome back to my channel. Sorry if this video is a bit of a rush. I've kind of just come to the conclusion that I haven't edited my November TBR book video on my iPad, so I kind of have to film this last minute. So yeah, let's get started. So I have a stack of 4 books for my November TBR. I do have an Luna Crate box coming at some point. I'm currently sat on my bed, sorry guys. Because my room's a bit of a mess, so I need to sort that out. But I do have my November TBR. 2 have bookmarks in and 2 don't, and I'll explain that in a little while. But yeah, I've got a November Luna Crate coming at some point, I don't know when. So yeah, let's get started. So the first book I put on my TBR was The Cruel Prince, because this was in my TBR for October, but I only managed to get about halfway through it in October. Yeah, I've been struggling. So yeah, I have finished this book now because it is like, I can't even check what date it is. I think it's the 7th or the 8th of November now. And it is a little bit ruined on a couple of pages because I was reading it when I was going to work. This book has been a nightmare for me, but that will come at another time, at the end of November, when I do my book review of the books I read in the month of November. I did do one for October, but again it's on my iPad and I haven't edited it, so I will finish that. I probably won't film that one, but November will have one. So yeah, The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. The next one I have, these are all in order of books that I wanted to read. So the next one I have that I want to read is Michael Morpugh's Private Peaceful. Because I've just finished 2 of my books from my November TBR already, I'm going to be reading this one next, I think. The tassels are looking a little worn down on some of these bookmarks because I've had them for years. But yeah, so Michael Morpugh's Private Peaceful, I've been wanting to read this for years as well, but I just never have. I read War Horse last year, so Private Peaceful this year, I think. The next book I want to read will be Poison Study. I picked this up to read this month because of the new versions that either Fairy Loot or a Luna Crate have come out with, which are the hardback versions of the Poison Study trilogy. Yeah. Again, the tassel is falling apart, but I've had this for years, this bookmark. This book looks a bit destroyed on the back. Well, you can't really see on camera, but on the back and on the spine it's very destroyed and damaged. But my mum got this secondhand and then she gave this to me. I don't know much about this series, but I wanted to pick it up because again it's been on my bookcase for a good few years and I just haven't touched it, and I'm like, you know what, I will. If I don't read it this month, then I'll probably DNF the entire set for another month, or just get rid of them in general. Yeah, so this is Poison Study. And then last but not least, because Heartstopper Volume 5 is coming out in the beginning of December, at the end of the month, I wanted to read this. However, things have changed in this month already. So I'll just give a quick explanation now. So Heartstopper Volume 4, love this book, almost cried again. So I started off this month reading this one. As I said, I was like halfway through it when I finished the month of October. I did manage to read 2 or 3 books in the month of October, so that's, you know, it's an achievement for me. So I started reading this book at the beginning of this month, and then last night, I've been having troubles reading this book, But last night I got really bored, didn't know what to do, there was nothing too interesting to watch, and I was like, I really want to just read Heartstopper, so I picked up my volume 4 Heartstopper and read it again. Bear in mind I go to bed at 10 o'clock and it was like 8 o'clock when I started reading this, so I finished it within a few hours already. So this book and this book are now on my already, like, for the books I've read this year, it's on my bookshelf, my window ledge, because I don't have a bookshelf for the books I've read this year. So the only ones I have left to read this month is Private Peaceful and Poison Study, and possibly, depending on what the book is for November, and depending on how fast I think I can read it, possibly that book too. But my December books, one I haven't got, and two I do have, but one I'm thinking I might not read it this year. I think I might wait until next year, because one of my friends did point out that reading classic books are really difficult, and it is a classic, although it's like this thin with my dyslexia and all this other stuff. Like a few years ago I only managed to get halfway through it around the Christmas season, but I was also at college, so whether things change or not is another matter. But yeah, so I have 2 books here left to read in the month of November that I know of. I think if I maybe finish this one and then decide I don't really want to read this one, then possibly I'll be picking up the book in the Elena crate, but I don't know. I'll show you the book I got from October's Elena crate. It's squeezed in between my Poison Study and my where Poison Study was, sorry. So this is the first book I got from my first ever book box. So the book I got from Elena crate for the month of October was After the Forests by Kel Woods. It's so gorgeous. I have no idea what the original cover looks like. The spine, everything, and then this stunning colouring there. And then the only thing I found that I didn't really like so far about Elena crate is that there is no like back art, so you can't like change the covers around if you didn't like one cover or something. One thing I will say is I found a lot of this book on Vinted already. So this is what the book looks like underneath the dust jacket. Very old school looking, and then it's got really nice cover art, and I just think it's stunning. The book itself is gorgeous. I would have it on my bookcase just like this, but a lot of my other hardbacks are pretty ugly. Some are really nice, like my Harry Potter ones, so I kind of leave all the dust jackets on now, although I hate it. But yeah, this is the book I got of the month of October. It's a Hansel and Gretel retelling pretty much, but not quite. It's after the whole situation. But yeah, so this is the book that is currently where this should be. I was thinking about picking this up in the month of October, but I think I might read this next year, as I don't really feel like I want to start any new books yet. But the problem is if I keep doing that, then I'm going to be behind on books. So this obviously come out in October for this year, and if I wait until next year, everyone else would have already read it and know what it's like, but I don't know whether I want to read this. Originally, when I applied for Elena crate, I didn't know what the book was going to be. Originally, it sounded something like I wasn't really going to read. It's come, and it does sound like I would read it, but it's just a matter of when. I think I'm going to have to go through my bookcase and actually get rid of books now, because I'm bored of seeing so many books on there that I just know I'm either not going to read or that I haven't read. Like, that's only in the top half of my bookcase, let alone the bottom half, which you can't see. Apart from my Harry Potters that are only on there for display purposes and safekeeping, the rest are there purely because I brought them thinking I was going to read them. There's a couple of books on there that I have read, which is my Divergent, the first book, Twilight and New Moon. And that's pretty much it. But yeah, so this is my November book TBR. I've read 2 of the books from my TBR already. Wasn't on purpose to post this video so late, but I have, so that's my bad. But yeah, these are the books I'm going to read this month, and I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you enjoyed. Sorry I rambled a bit. Like, comment and subscribe. Bye.